Hara, Gregory Naval discovered his Oling, but before then, he was what I understood, managing the dualities of his American and Mexican culture. Alongside his appreciation for the classic 1930s Errol Flynn films like Robin Hood and Captain Bloody, he would also be exposed to films like Maria Calendera or The Fugitive, co-produced or directed by Emilio Fernandez. Now, Emilio Fernandez is a popular Mexican director who at the time worked with actors like Maria Felix and director John Ford. And some of this is some 1940s tea, I guess. But my point being is Emilio Fernandez is a stinkball who consistently positioned indigenous people in his films as either in opposition to correct or kind of okay and sexy, maybe. Which maybe I can give Gregory the benefit of the doubt because this is a 5 hour director Oscar cut I hyperfixated on to make the majority of this script. But I understand only so much can really be said. It's just, again, in retrospect, his experience with college in Berkeley in 1965 would have me hopeful for the response along the lines of regarding his favorite directors. And from what I took from those films was nationalism and a pride in Mexican culture, but now can acknowledge also the undertones to those films and how they could maybe give me implicit bias towards the indigenous Mexican counterpart. 14. You're being hella extra, you'd say. Am I? And I'll question back because, again, the whole thesis to this essay surrounds the fact that the films that are consumed in majority regarding indigenous Mexicans often have a certain undertone that feels documentary-like or even just downright disrespectful in some aspects. And I know Gregory would hate to hear me say that considering he said he lugged up this huge 35mm camera to Chiapas to film his Indie John, so it would come across more authentic. But again, he's white and tried to convince me in the first half that he grew up in a modest or poor lifestyle because his family lived in a 3-bedroom home that was behind another in San Diego, alongside his father owning other apartments and holding down a military salary after World War One. You're trying to tell me the leverages are the same as a poor indigenous person as him? It's just not.